Welcome to the Life Currency Podcast. I'm your host, Bob Lozano, a show that explores success, growth, and opportunity in the restaurant industry. A restaurant podcast by restaurant people, powered by F&P Media. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Life Currency Podcast. I'm your host, Bob Lozano, where we continue to explore stories and efforts in the restaurant industry. And here I'm with two new friends. I'll let them introduce themselves.
What's up, guys? Connor Gildenblatt.
Cale, Gildenblatt, with sauce, pizza, and smash burger.
In Grapevine, Texas, baby.
Hell yeah, man. I met these two guys here at the TRA show, and I automatically knew not only do they support the channel and support our efforts, and thank you for that. I knew I had to talk with these guys. They're a high-energy bunch, and they're in the thick of it. They've been in the restaurant space how long now? 5 years?
6 years. 6 years. He reminded me of that last night. 6 years.
6 years, man. And they got some great stuff to share. I've got some great questions to ask, and we're just gonna keep it real and get into it. So thanks again for joining us, guys. And y'all are brothers?
Yes.
Not twins.
No.
I had to ask right after you said yes together, man.
It happens.
A couple years off.
Okay.
It's really,
Who's older?
I'm older by about 9 years, and it's really cool. A lot of people, they tell you don't go into business with friends or family, and I think that is such an old additive that people need to stop talking about. Because I got to tell you, one of the things I'm most proud of is I get to call my dad every day and talk business and talk work, and I think that's held our family a lot closer than others. But not only that, I get to do it every day with my brother, and it is such a cool thing to just be able to come in and know that I have a little girl at home, and it's his niece, and then whenever he starts to have his life and marriage and kids, it's all going to stay inside the family. Yep. It's so cool to be reminded of what you're actually working for every day.
Yep. Well said, man. I'll tell you right now that we're family owned, and have been. I'm partners with my sister. I'm partners with my brother-in-law. We're all very, very different. But what I think family business is an opportunity. Mm-hmm. It's an opportunity to get more out of life, to get more out of your relationships, to learn about each other, learn about yourself. Because it's not cliche to say it's not very easy. You know, it's not easy. Family is an important aspect. But those that do it well, I think have just an extra layer that you're never going to get, if you don't do it with them.
And I think a part of that comes from self-awareness, to be self-aware and to know what your role is and to know your capabilities and to know where you're going. My dad did a really good job of instilling self-awareness in us. There's a funny story that happened when I was playing hockey in high school, and I thought I was going to go to the NHL. I had the last name that took up the whole back of the jersey. I was pretty good. But I was on two teams. I was on my high school team, and then I was on a traveling, really high level team. And my dad, and I don't think a lot of fathers would talk to their sons this way, and he said it perfectly. He goes, on your high school team, you're the guy. On this team, you're just another player. Go be where you can be a leader, because that's what's going to matter most in the rest of your life. So he talked to me, and I don't know many fathers who would tell their son, you're this good, but be a leader here. Instead of being another player and a follower over here, you need to learn this leadership muscle first.
Yeah.
So he showed me where to go, and he set me up for life. And I don't know if he had a plan. I'm sure he did, that he wanted to work with the sons, in the family business. Yeah. But it was so cool to have my dad say, "Go here, learn how to be a leader." That. That's something I don't think a lot of people would say to that. You know what I mean? I know that. I will now, but that was a cool story.
That's wild, man. I like that a lot. I did. I one time gave a speech on leadership, and the whole point was, put yourself where you're best for the whole ship. Don't put yourself in front. Don't try to take control of everything. No, be self-aware and be a leader, and put yourself where you fit best for the overall picture. And that's cool, man. Well, shout out to your pops. It's, and so he's still involved in the business, or not at all, or he's just
a little more than I would
control?
All
right.
No, he's good. Well, it's good. There's one thing that I think as men, we have a problem with, and that's accountability. Whether we say we hold ourselves accountable, I don't think we do. I don't think any man does. I think we all need another mentor, friend, strong, manly influence in our lives to hold us accountable. And it sucks to hear sometimes, but I am happy that he calls us, or I'll wake up to a text in the middle of the night. And he goes, "What the fuck is going on?" And I'm like, shit, you're right. I should have handled that 2 days ago. Whatever it may be. And so I think I'm so grateful to have him in my life. And also, you find outside influences of continuing your education, whether it be, the influencers or the educational business people online, like Alex Hormozy or anybody, you know what I mean? Those guys, So I'm grateful that my dad is as much in the business as he is.
And he brings a different perspective than what we have. We're in there every day. We see at it from a ownership lens, and he comes in not only as like a mentor to us, but also as a customer. And so we
Yeah.
gotta get that first person view of like how the customer sees everything playing out, from social media side to just, why is this chair not here and why is it over there? We get a lot more of that than most people probably do, but he definitely offers some good perspective in that regard. So we're very lucky to have that.
Yeah,
and we finally are making the money now to where we can do the things he wants us to do. I mean, I have 2 text messages. He goes, when are we going to paint the walls? I'm like, oh, well, now we have money. We'll paint the walls now. Like, we got it. Now we got money.
Man.
So,
well, I know you just had your last drink, but I got to cheers to that, man.
Yeah.
Cheers to profit, man.
Yes, sir.
It doesn't come easy, but it's there. That's what's up, man. So I saw on your social media, it said something about best burger in Texas, and then it just says my dad.
Yeah, dude. So like the whole thing, I play, because here's the thing, I don't want to lie. And I opinions aren't lies, but opinions are just opinions. They're not based in fact. So if I could tell people an opinion based on a fact and tell my story in the same time, that's what people forget in marketing. Here's the crazy part. Marketing is so simple. Marketing is so simple. You have to understand like 3 rules. 1, tell your story. Most people, when they hear tell your story, they think that you have to say, I grew up in Dallas, I went to this high school, I played hockey as a kid, and then I really liked pizza, so I thought I would just open up a pizza. No, that's not what we mean. It means tell me a story. And that's what best burger in Texas, my dad. I told you so many things right there. Yeah. My dad is proud of his son and loves this burger without saying it in so many words. Yeah. If people could understand how easy and simplified it could be to market your brand, as long as you're not afraid to be unapologetically genuine. And people are afraid of that. Yeah, they're so afraid about being genuine. Like, it's not that hard to just be truthful, and people pay you money to be who you are. It's crazy. Yeah. It doesn't matter if it's pizza, burgers, chairs, tabletop making. There were so many, I gotta tell you this. I know I'm talking a lot. There were people at the expo today, and you walk by, you make eye contact. What do we know in the restaurant industry? If you make eye contact with a table, what do? You walk over and you say hi. Is there anything I can get you? There's nothing more disrespectful in this industry than making eye contact with a customer and not going over there. It's like a fuck you. I don't care that you're here. I can't stand that. So today at the expo, we're there to buy shit. We're there to like learn and meet and get ideas. Sure. I made eye contact with so many people that did not say hi, nothing, not a handshake. They didn't care. And I don't know why you're here if you're not going to go all out. That's my 2 cents. Absolutely. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. All right. I mean, yeah, and it makes perfect sense. And I think that just gives you an opportunity. And that's probably why, I mean, you started the restaurant. And I love that he's giving you marketing advice, because he's totally qualified. Go check out Sauce Social.
Yeah, at Sauce Texas, at SAUCEDTEXAS.
Yeah, so your socials are on fire, man. I love some of the content. It was really funny. It was really great. But on the social media aspect, I think that it was very raw, what I saw, but it's also fun and it's also engaging. And your point about eye contact and your point about being more fearless, but also confident in the self-awareness aspect. Personally, I think it's going to take you very far. And I've already learned from just the short conversations that we've had already. Well, thank you. So I appreciate you sharing.
Thank you, man. I'll give away a secret. So this is, if you are out there and you are happening to listen, 12 minutes into this podcast.
Great. He's about to tell us what's in the dad sauce. He's about to tell us.
But the sauce of the marketing, I'm telling you what, everybody, you're watching a video right now and you're probably thinking, how do I make videos better? How do I edit the video? I'm going to give you, it's literally 5 steps. You ready for this?
Yeah.
And when I tell you this, it's going to be like that glass shattering moment of like, the magician just gave away the fucking secret. Sorry, I keep cussing. I'm having a great day. Yeah. The magician gave away the secret. It is logo outside of the building. As soon as the beat drops, you zoom in. On that zoom in, you get an employee cooking. Then you cut to the actual image of the product. Then you zoom out, you get a smiling face, whether it's an employee or a customer, and then you loop the whole video. That's it.
Let's go.
Logo, zoom in on the beat drop, somebody cooking, zoom in on the product, zoom out, get a smiling face.
I really appreciate that.
It is a mathematical equivalent of a certainty. Yeah. It's incredible.
That's fucking awesome. That's exactly what we're doing here.
That is the secret. If you can't do that, I don't know what you're going to do.
Yeah. Awesome, man. I love it. So why'd y'all get into the restaurant space? Or what made the decision?
Yeah. So we come from
Like we didn't make
well,
a decision?
it's a story that goes into so many different directions. We've always been a part of a family company. I ran sales floors for a long time. Telemarketing. I think I told you this earlier off camera.
That's right.
We come from marketing. So you ever go to a high school football game? Cheerleaders are throwing out T-shirts. There's a lawn mowing company on the back or a realtor on the back, and we're the ones who provide the high school with those shirts and call to make those connections for that product. We took that same mindset, that same idea of a company, and we did it with pizza magnets. My dad is the one who started this leg of the company. We did Papa John's, Pizza Huts, Domino's, Little Caesars, any pizza restaurant that is go in delivery, we gave them free magnets and then sold ad space on the bottom of the magnet. The magnet was valuable because it had conversion charts, calendars, Dallas Cowboy schedules, whatever it was. This is back in 2010 to 2018. It's still running today, but it was really good back then. So my grandfather owned that company, and he looked at me one day, like about 2 years before he died, and he looks at me and he goes, "Get me out of the printing business. I'm bored. I want to do something else." So I told him, I go, "Well, I've been making pizzas in my backyard with my brother for the past year and a half, and the only reason I ever started making pizza was to know how to talk to the pizzerias, to talk their language, understand dough structure, be able to start a conversation. There's too many salespeople out there who don't do any research about the industry they're calling. They just try to give them a script and read the lines and move on." Dude, it's like I learned how to make pizza so I could sell pizzerias better. That's great. That's it.
That's great.
He was in college, and I called him. I go, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Nothing, going to class." And I go, "You want to come home and start a business?" And he was like, "Yeah." And he was up there like a month later. He was back up.
And we got it open.
Dude, yeah.
Nice.
So, and then we're running.
Hell yeah. And that was sauce then. And
Yeah.
It still is.
We were sauced pizza back then with pizzas and raviolis and calzones. And we really started to realize like we were not, I didn't want to open up an Italian restaurant. I wanted to open up my restaurant.
Mhm.
And we got a second gen restaurant. And part of the deal was for the first 30 days, I was an employee. So I was dish pit, line cook, waiter, janitor. I was all the positions for the first 30 days. And then I took over. And on the day that I took over the company, the guys, they were like, "So what do you like? So what's your plan?" And I go, "Well, I'm getting rid of this, 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 and this." And they're like, "Well, that's the whole menu." And I go, I don't want to make sandwiches. I'm not going to be a sub shop. And then about 2 years later, I cut the menu down even more. I took their menu down.
Hold on. Let's back up. Sorry. I'm a little confused. So the restaurant was open already?
Yeah. We were a second gen restaurant. We took over.
Nice.
And
okay,
I was an employee for 30 days as part of the deal.
Oh, cool.
So I could learn. I've never, I was making pizza in the backyard. I wasn't.
Yeah. Well, that was my next question. I wanted to know where's this culinary inspo coming from? Because the food looks good, man.
Here's what's crazy. Here is what's crazy. Okay. YouTube and Google exist in our time. Never before in this entire world have you been able to have a thought of a question and then get the answer.
Yeah.
And it's so true that they're the only thing holding people back. The only thing, it's not talent, it's not knowledge. You can get both of those with practice and research, is laziness. If you're fucking lazy, everything is right here in 3 clicks. So I did everything that I could to learn about pizza, to talk to the pizzerias, and then we opened up the restaurant. We really made it our own. So we cut the menu down by 80%. They had 75 menu items. We have like 20 now. I mean, in comparison, it's pizza by the slice, smash burgers, and wings. I mean, that's it. I'm trying to simplify it. I still think the menu's too big.
Was the Jackie Moon jersey there before?
Dude, can I tell you about this? I want to tell you about this. Okay. So we talk about branding a lot. We talk about culture a lot. We talk about why start a business if it's not somewhere that you as the owner want to be every day. I'm not there every day. I'm not going to act like I'm there every day. However, I want to be happy every time I walk into my business. And I think about that 5 feet from the front door. What do I not like right now? Too many people are like, this is good enough. This is good enough. We just redid our whole entryway. I see a wrapper on the ground. I get pissed off. Like 5 feet before I get to the door, I'm thinking about, is this the place I want to walk into right now? And then I get inside. For the first 5 years, we didn't have a single thing on the walls. We had no artwork because I didn't know what I wanted our brand to be. So I thought nothing was better than something, like anything random. I just knew that like that's where we were. Because if I had nothing on the walls, I could tell people like, we're a mom and pop shop. Like, we're running, we're hustling. The food's great. Like, there's TV on, watch it. So then about 2 years ago, I realized something. I love movies. That's all anybody talks about now. Have you seen this movie? Have you seen that movie? You know, they're talking about what's that guy from, this actor, this actress. So I realized I wanted to be a sports movie place. So everything on our walls are fake sports figures. Bobby Boucher, Shane Falco, Jackie Moon, A League of Their Own.
Is not fake. Bobby Boucher is very much.
He's the real deal.
Very much real.
Happy Gilmore. And so and this is where I'm going to go back to about culture and branding is we're in this industry to create moments and create memories. People come to restaurants to get away from their everyday life. Whether you believe it or not, there's that moment when you're with your wife or your girlfriend and you go, you want to go out to dinner tonight? When you weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, let's go. Because you both need something. So what I wanted to do with that, and we have a lot of fathers and sons who eat together and a lot of families. And I just envision this moment of creating a memory and creating a moment for a kid when the dad, who's about a little older than me, looks at his 7-year-old son and he goes, have you seen that movie? Bobby Boucher?
Right, yeah.
Like, have you seen that? Have you seen that? And then they create a moment.
Yeah.
Everything in your restaurant should go towards the objective of creating a moment.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. You know what's crazy about that?
It's magic.
That the son doesn't know what movie that is.
Exactly.
Anymore. That's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough. Okay. So I have a question. So I'm reaching here for sure, but this is what we do. We have real talks on here and we want to make sure that we speak our minds freely. So how much of your efforts on social media do you think, because your social media started ramping up, right? And I'm watching this. It's really cool to see. You were mentioning about how Smash Burger really drove it up as well. How much do you think that is kind of pushing you to make sure the business continues to push forward?
It's my biggest fear. I think we talk about it a lot. With our influx of business, I mean, we've doubled. It's incredible the numbers that we've seen. And it's crazy that burgers catapulted us into this busy season. And I keep telling him, I go, it might not be like this forever. We have a great product, but like somebody right now, there are 2 brothers 2 hours away working to kick our ass. And we have to act like they're there because they are.
Yeah.
Burgers, anybody. And here's what a lot of restaurant people forget. You're not in competition with burger guys if you make burgers. You're not in competition with pizzerias if you make pizza. You're in competition with everybody. Every single person who serves food is who your competition is. So there's a great saying that I absolutely hate, and I don't know why people keep saying it. Work smarter, not harder. That only works if the people you're working against are dumb. Guess what? My competition is not dumb. They're also smart. So I have to work smart and harder. I don't know where this fucking idea came from. It only works if your competition's dumb. Guess what? They're not dumb.
Yeah.
So the fact that we are working smarter with social media, we have to work smarter in the kitchen. We have to work harder. You know, we're going home tomorrow and we are a 1-shop 32 seat and we have 12 kitchen employees. 7 of them are out of town next week. We are going to be running so thin. And that's where the work harder comes in. You get to work smarter for seasons and then, dude, we're in a very close-knit community of high schoolers. You got the college kids leaving to go back to school. We've got 3 guys with two jobs, and then we got 2 guys with vacation time that they want to take. And, I have this is not the best, but it is right. I don't believe in vacation requests. I believe it's a vacation notification. You have a life to live. Let me know when you're going to be out.
Fair.
It's good. It's not a request. Just tell me.
Yeah.
With enough time to prepare. And then you get your vacation time.
Can I share what we implemented?
Yeah.
And it's worked for us pretty well. I have the same
because I need
belief,
help,
by the way.
Yeah.
No, I have the same belief, by the way. As CEO and owner of our company, I'm not trying to control anyone's life, dude. Who am I to control anyone's life? Yeah. I'm just trying to build a company that people want to be at and that we want to move forward. But what I did do is we implemented something with our PTO is honestly, and our team's going to take full advantage of this. I don't even look at the requests. Like I just approve them all.
Yeah.
Right. I just approve them all because I don't care. Now it's good that we have a system, etc. But what I do care about is that you better talk to your peers and figure out that y'all are on the same page. So if there's a scenario where they're both taking time off or 3 or 4 or whatever, and they didn't talk to each other and they didn't realize they're going to put themselves in the weeds, then that pisses me off because that's just inconsiderate about your team. You know what I mean? And so I want to make sure that we implement that. You know what I mean? And so I think that collaboration is better than anything else.
You're exactly right. So what's cool about us is we have different statures of leader. We have different layers of leaders and within our company. And one of our big things is, and this is not just for PTO or vacation, it's just for like calling in, not paid time off, just time off. You're not going to be there tomorrow. You have to get your own shift filled. Where I'm not going to go through the 12 text messages with every one of your peers to fix it. Yeah. I need you to cover your own shift. Yeah. Fair? Yeah. I got you. Because here's the thing. This is what a lot of people forget. If you are not treating your coworkers with respect, and I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about employees. If I want to get the day off, and I have been not doing my job, I haven't been cleaning, do I really think my peers will want to cover my shift if I've been treating them badly? You have to be a better employee for your peers in order for them to want to take your shift because they respect you, they're proud of you, they're like, yeah, you go have a good night.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Say. Let me talk to him.
Okay.
Yeah, great, man.
Nice.
It's not the first time.
I feel like I'm at a skate park right now and I'm 13 years old again. Like, I'm like, you can't skate here.
Yeah. Yesterday we did a talk and we all lined up, all three of us, and Pat was telling us about the sound and the audio, and I was like, dude, I feel like we're all in high school getting in trouble right now.
Yeah, it
did. But no, man, I think it's really important that I think you personally, if I know you're not asking, but if I'm giving advice, I think you're on the right track. All I would add is something. Do you have not? I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you have non-negotiables in your business?
I have. Okay, so this is all right. I'm gonna answer in two different ways. When I'm talking to my wife, there's one thing I always say to her. I don't like how she talks in extremes. I don't like nevers, and you always do this, and you never do that, and this is just how it's always. I don't like extremes. So do I have non-negotiables? Yes, but here's the thing. I believe non-negotiables mean I have things that are non-negotiable that I will always touch on and have a conversation with, pull you to the side, get this figured out, get this fixed. Do I have something to where immediately you do this, I'm done, get your shit and get out? No. But I do have non-negotiables within myself to where if I see something, it's non-negotiable for me to not touch on it.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
I think it's fair. And I think that if that's the way you're going to describe it, then that should be a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
You know, however you're going to word that, maybe you say, hey, we're going to make decisions, thoughtful decisions here, you know, and we're going to have a conversation before we make drastic decisions, right? Maybe that's a non-negotiable, but something that really skyrocketed our company forward is when I was unapologetic about what I expect and what we expect here. And we actually created the non-negotiables together. And so there's 20 of them.
Then that's step one.
Yeah.
That's step one.
There's 20 of them. And so, and they're not what you would think. But number
I think I saw a
is,
post. I don't know what you just posted about, but I think you just posted a non-negotiable that I really enjoyed.
Maybe so. I appreciate that. Well, there's 20 of them. And the last one is embrace mistakes, fuel growth, right? So it's non-negotiable. So if somebody's afraid to make mistakes, hey man, it's a non-negotiable. We're supposed to embrace mistakes. So make mistakes. It's okay. Yeah. So like a lot of them like are not what you might think they would be.
That's fair. So you know what? I did misunderstand the question. I mean, maybe I just misheard it, but you're right.
No.
But now, so the answer is yes. There are non-negotiables as far as mindset and culture and how you treat people and how you treat the business.
Yeah.
You have to be okay with making mistakes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, y'all are very, very, I would say, what's the word we're going to describe? Like, y'all have very strong personalities. So I think it's going to be very easy just to put that on paper.
Yeah, you're right.
Just go put that on paper and put it out there. And I think that's when your team will start to try to run forward, if that makes any sense. Because then they have clarity, right? And then you attract what you want, and then you push away what you don't want. Because if not, we're going to be stuck in the weeds forever. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that you brought everybody in, because I do have a bad habit of setting up meetings and then coming in with everything I want to talk about. And too many times I forget to hear what they want to talk about.
Yeah.
So creating those non-negotiables together, it's not just mine. It's what place do y'all want?
Well, I think it's very important that we acknowledge what stages we're at in the restaurant business. But I will tell you one of my favorite words or my favorite sayings, and not words, but it's a statement I say all the time. Now you may have to be a little more hands-on because y'all are in the thick of it and you're building what you're building, which is amazing. And I can't wait to go there when I'm in Grapevine. All right. But my favorite thing to say is, I trust you, use your best judgment.
Yeah.
So when people ask, I trust you, use your best judgment.
So we have a guy right now who is getting paid $9 more at his other job at a steakhouse. But he loves us. And I asked him, I go, how's your first few days going? He goes, man, I love it. Nobody's hovering.
Yeah.
Everybody's trusting me. And I just get to do my job and do it well.
Yeah.
And it's so, you don't think about how they're treated at their other jobs. And that's true. Now, am I running into a problem right now when they need him and he makes $9 more for the 1 hour I miss him? I totally understand. He's got kids. He's got things to do. Like, I get it. But also, he looks at me and he goes, if you could pay me the same thing they're paying me, I would leave them immediately. And here's the thing. We're talking about it right before we got upstairs.
What does he do in the business?
He's been there for 2 weeks. He's our burger guy. He's already came in and fixed 2 different, like, he's worth it. Trust me, he's worth it. I just have to let somebody go to be able to afford it.
All right, we're back from getting kicked out, but we're back in. So they kicked us out because we're making too much money on this channel, and they said we can't monetize it.
Or use equipment. Handheld.
Handheld. So we got to go to the iPhone. But to all of our sponsors, please reduce your amounts of money that you're giving us. It's too much. It's too much for the hotel. So understood. All right. Well, we went into a whole different array of topics, but I think you're on a great path. I love this story personally, and I'm genuine about it. I want to go try those smash burgers and see what's up. So let's hone in on the culinary. So you mentioned YouTube. You mentioned, learning, et cetera. But what are you physically doing so people understand? You're going and researching, getting it, and then you're cooking it yourselves, and then you're teaching your staff.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I mean, going back to how we got into business, a lot of what my family would do is we'd sit around the table, whether we get pizza, burgers, Chinese, whatever, and we would always kind of talk about what we might do different or what we liked or didn't like, and so when we opened, we wanted to make food that we would enjoy, that our family would enjoy. So some of that is a little extra on the sauce, a little lighter on the cheese. We're going to cook it a little more than the next guy. That might not be for everybody, but it's for us. And we've proven that it's for a lot of
So
people.
are you holding down, like, are you holding down the back of house, or what's
right
going
now?
on?
Yes.
Good for you, man.
Some transitions of, one of us in the back, one of us in the front, switch. But yeah, mostly operations for the back of the house. We kind of just nailed down all our processes by trial and error. And tasting.
Well, I wanted to touch on, because I know that you said you were one of the youngest franchisees in the company. That is the youngest.
Yeah.
So one thing I like about him is, he's 25 now, but when he was 22, he was 22 with 22 employees underneath him. And so he's getting that leadership training that a lot of people need to get. And when it comes back to the culinary side of things, we're always testing. We're always figuring it out. We're always trying to find the next best way to make a burger. And what's crazy is whenever we got this big buildup of following for our smash burgers, I've changed the recipe 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And I saved 40 cents every burger. I took so many ingredients out because I realized it was causing problems for the actual product whenever you start to make them in large quantities. And I was self-aware enough to tell myself, we got to change it. We got to fix it. We got to make it better. So we are always making it better. And that's one reason why we're at this show. I wanted to figure out new ways of doing it.
Yeah.
What's crazy is I see my Nolan Ryan rep every 2 weeks, but I've never had the conversations I had with him like I do at the shop than I did at the floor. I learned so much from a guy that I've known for 2 years, more in this day and a half than I have seeing him for 2 years.
Yeah.
Because when he walks into my shop, it's, hey, thank you. Yeah, we need some more meat. Thank you. I'm busy. Got to go. Well, here I got to have time.
Yeah.
And that was really cool. So
I'm glad you said that, because I'm the same way with the podcast. I told so many people there at the show this. I've learned more in the last 5 months than I have in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
And it's really because of the effort of being able to be face-to-face and just have full-on conversations. And that's what the show provides, which is great. And so I encourage y'all, dude, props on making
loving the
profit
show.
and props for being here. I also want to throw props to your brother here, because the back of house, dude, it's a grind, but I love it. If it was up to me, I'd be in back of house all day. Like, I'm a grinder, and
right.
I'm just...
It's a grind, but I fucking love it.
Yeah, dude, you got to be ready for it. Yeah.
Making food for people, making people happy, and just being in shit. Like, it's fun.
Yeah.
There's a guy this weekend who said this, and I know we're coming close to the end, but he said, as an owner, your employees are your customers. Your customers are your employees' customers. And you have to remember to treat your employees like they're your customers, because what do you want to do for customers? You want to go above and beyond. You want to make them love you and enjoy you and remember you and be happy that they're around you.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes as owners, we can get into that habit of like, this fucking guy's late again. He burned another burger. There's the pizza. It's late. But would you talk to your customers like that? Your employees, as the business owner, are your customers.
That's exactly right.
It was an insane way. I know it was very simplified, but and I know there's that saying of take care of your employees and they'll take care of your customers. But the way that this guy said it really opened my eyes, because how I am in front of customers is how I should be in front of my employees.
Yeah, that's exactly right, man. That's exactly right. So what's next steps for Sauce, do you think?
Man, this weekend I wanted to learn how to, so I went to 2 seminars. One was figuring out how to pick the right accountant. And the other one was figuring out how to get a loan, like get a real true loan to get that thing going. We've had 2 failed second locations, by no fault of our own, just bad decisions and naivety and just not knowing what really we were. I mean, we're 5 years in, and I tell my brother all the time, we still don't know what our identity is. We're figuring it out, but I know one day when we figure it out, it's going to blow up, and we're very close to it. So what's next? Getting a new accountant. And I swear to God, if my accountant's watching this right now, I'm so sorry. Like, that's fucked. And figuring out the right way to really get a loan to open up a second location, because what I want is, I don't just want somebody to say, hey, here's $500,000. I'm really looking for somebody who tells me that, like, hey, you don't need that much money. Go do this. You know what I mean? Like, I just want some leadership and guidance, because a lot of times business owners are afraid to ask for help because we get egotistical and we think we're the new kids on the block and we're so cool and everybody loves me because I make a good sandwich. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, you do need leadership and guidance to get to that next level.
It needs to be real. It needs to be real. As much as there is hype, and so this is something we talk about a lot, because we're in franchises and we're not in the sexiest brands. Don't get me wrong. I would love to be making all my own shit right now. I'd love to be, but we picked franchises 15 years ago. And we've been growing with it, and it's not the sexiest business, but what it does for me, it challenges me to abide by a system, scale the system, and adopt business qualities that have to be real, because the franchise is not bulletproof. Like, if it's not a real business, it's going to fall apart, you know, and we can't, as restaurant owners, rely on just trends or just hype. I think those are spikes that propel us forward. But then we've got to reach a new plateau, stabilize a new standard, reach a plateau.
That's literally what we're doing right now. We hired 2 new guys, and we're trying to reconfirm the standard and then adjust it a little bit more. So there's a really cool saying. I come from audio engineering. Whenever your audio engineers are mixing sound for drums, drums have all these different drums, high cymbals, snares, bass drum. If I want to adjust the snare drum, I have to turn the snare drum all the way up and then turn it back down.
Yeah.
Because you have to hear the sound, make it so obvious that that's the snare drum sound, and then turn it back down to level out. And so right now, I told him right now for summer and summer's end, we're getting fat and then we're trimming the fat.
Yeah.
Like, we are going to turn that volume all the way up on our standard, on our procedures, on our staff, on our payroll. We're losing money on payroll for the next 2 weeks, but I'm planning for it because I want to start finding higher talent. So I'm turning it all the way up, and then I'm going to have to turn it back down. Yeah. And that's what we're doing right now.
That's interesting, man. That's very cool. I wish y'all the best. I do have a lot of other questions I want to get into, but let's narrow it down to a couple here that as we get to the end. One, I want to stop for a second and say, thanks for the support. It means a lot.
Dude, I saw you and I saw the page even before we got here, and I was like, this is cool.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah. This is what we do, man. Restaurants, and we're just trying to create more content around restaurants and have candid conversation. I got so tired of being sold everywhere I go. Like, everyone's trying to sell me something. Dude. And I said, look, I don't want to be sold anymore. I'm running a restaurant. We're doing just about 50 million a year in revenue, and I want to know more answers. So,
can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I have a rule with salespeople. We have a rule. I don't know if our staff does it very well, but we have a rule. If you're coming in and you're like, oh, is the owner around? And I'm like, yeah, you want a burger? You don't get to talk to the owner if you haven't tried my food. Like, I'm not talking, and I'll ask him, like, hey, have you had it yet? And he's like, no. And I'm like, all right, call me whenever you've eaten it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I'm not and I don't know, I don't know why that's not a normalcy or why that's not the normal.
A lot of compensation,
but like, you want my business? Cool. Try my food.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah. And like, if you haven't eaten our food, I'm not talking to you.
Well, that's why I loved what you said about learning about the pizza, because that is such a leg up. Right off the bat. I mean, you're vibing with people.
Exactly.
You did the work. You can speak their language. I mean, that is such a cheat code. I totally agree, man. Well, kudos to y'all, man. It seems like y'all are like I don't know, man. You're like dynamite. Just need to be channeled and go for it.
You're
man.
exactly right.
that's
I need
cool,
that
man.
leadership, that self-aware, that guidance that I was talking about.
Hell
You
yeah,
know,
but you're
all
gonna
men,
figure it
we
out.
need to be held accountable by other men.
Yeah,
It's biblical.
I'm gonna bash Dave Ramsey right now. Sorry, Dave Ramsey. I don't like half of your
Please,
stuff.
I don't want to hear him.
I don't.
Yeah.
I do. I'm telling you, dude. I don't like half of his stuff. But there is one piece that I absolutely love. Entre Leadership by Dave Ramsey. I will tell you, it's fire. It's
What is
so
it?
good. It's leadership as an entrepreneur.
Okay.
And I just think like
So John C. Maxwell has a very good entrepreneurial leadership, 22 rules, 25 rules book that I really like.
Yeah. So that was good. Dave Ramsey's super practical, same approach. And it gears towards small business owners, and I thought that was super impactful. I hate all his other shit. So
Fair enough.
Dave Ramsey, I don't believe in all that, but it's he'd probably tell you.
I love
don't build a second location.
I don't want to get too far off track, and we can cut this. But is Dave Ramsey the guy who takes the phone calls and he's like, "Well, then just get out of debt"?
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's his answer every time.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, he's like, "Well, then just get out."
Yeah. Yeah.
Go be homeless and you'll be out of debt.
Yes, that's the guy that we're talking about. Oh man, so
what an idea!
Tell our audience, man, what you told me off camera about. I'm hopefully this is all right, but you said you have a 18-month-old.
I do. Yeah, dude, she's so cool. Yeah. What about it?
And so what's that doing for you as a leader and as an entrepreneur?
So we've been in business for 6 years. My daughter was born 18 months ago. I acted very selfishly as a business owner for the first few years. You get excited. You're like I said, you're the cool kid on the block. Everybody loves you. Everybody loves your food. And I was living it up in my hometown. And we were in the red for 5 years. And what's crazy to me is I didn't realize, growing up, and you hear business owners say, or people say businesses don't make money for the first 5 years. And in my mind, I'm like, how are they operating? How are you open with no money? And I was living it. And it was crazy that we were always not making money, but we were still in business. I didn't understand how that worked. But you get to watch the numbers fluctuate accordingly. And it's somehow you're in business, but you're not in business. You're skating by. And when my daughter was born 18 months ago, I took a lot of time off just because I didn't, it's just what I did. And in the restaurant industry, it sucks. I think Alex Hormozy talks about this when he sold his first few gyms. He was like, I was drinking a bottle of it was a bottle of whiskey, a bottle of scotch every day. And he goes, I just like fell into this deep depression. I think it was Alex. If it's not, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter. But I got into that realm of like, this shit's easy. We're not making a lot of money, but we're in business. And I kind of was just like, I don't need to do anything right now. But then, things kick in for men at all times. When I was his age, I was running sales floors and I had a lot of energy and I was getting after it. And I was making money for the family. And then because I enjoyed it and then I lost it. So then I changed industries to the restaurant industry. Well, in the restaurant industry, I never changed industries. I just changed outlook on it. So whenever my daughter was born, I really started to think about it. I was like, what am I doing? What kind of man am I supposed to be? What does my daughter think that I am? There's a great quote that says, "Be the person your dog thinks you are." And that when you walk in and the dog is jumping on you and like, "Oh my gosh, you're home! I'm so excited! You're awesome! I'm so happy to see you!" Like, be the person your dog thinks you are.
Yeah.
And I don't want to relate my daughter to my dog, but like in the same sense, it's like be the dad that she is expecting you to be or that you want to be for her. So we had a meeting, I think, in December of 2024, December in Grapevine, Texas. I don't know if y'all know this. Grapevine, Texas is the Christmas capital of Texas. It is the busiest area in Texas for Christmas time.
I did not know that.
We lost $6,000 in December, and it was supposed to be our best month ever. It was our highest revenue month, but we lost money. And we sat down and we were like, what the fuck is going on? January, we made a change. We got a new oven. We let go of half the staff. We changed the menu. We cut a lot out. We added a lot in that were easier, labor intensive, all those things. And we have seen our first 6 months of green since January. And it sucks to admit, but I think what does it say? That every man grows up twice. The day he realizes he's not who he's supposed to be, and the day he does something about it. And that's it.
Powerful, man.
Dude.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at.
Thank you for sharing, because the reason I wanted to ask, and I really appreciate you sharing, is because when I first met you, you were so honest about where you're at in business. And I think that honesty cuts through all the bullshit and will allow you to continue to push forward. And I've taken the same approach. And I told you the same thing earlier. I was like, dude, if I don't know something, I'm just gonna tell you, I don't fucking know. I don't know about that. Don't ask me about that. But I will tell you what I do know. You know what I mean? And that's where we're at with Life Currency. It's just like, let's speak on what we know and let's share what we know, but it's also continued learning, man. And I just
so here's what's crazy. So I do want it. So I'm a man of faith, and I love this analogy that I always make. And it's like, how can I know what my future is without knowing what my past is? And people say, you know, if you don't know your history, you'll repeat it. Well, I think there's a differentiation between that statement. Okay, as a man of faith, even the Bible has a past and a future. Old Testament and New Testament. You have to know who you've been so you know who you are. It's in the most trusted book in the world.
Hell yeah.
Old and new. So you have to have that day where you realize something's wrong and you have to do something about it. And I think it's everywhere in life. But that is one thing, is I have to be self-aware of what's happened and I have to move forward. Everything in life has a past and a new.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, let's wrap up with some questions that I'm really curious about. So if I'm going to Sauce, what do I order?
Smash burger and a pizza. Or a slice.
Well, come on, you gotta give me more than that. Just a smash burger? That's all I tell them?
Jalapeno Jack.
Ooh, jalapeno Jack, baby. So our dad's sauce, get a burger with our dad's sauce. It's double smash patties. And then our pizza, we've got a Texas-style pizza. All right, so you ready for this? So there's Detroit-style pizza. There's New York-style pizza. California Pizza Kitchen. Chicago deep dish. All this.
This is big.
I wanted to give Texas their own style of pizza. We have the greatest state in this country. Out of all 50, there's only one you don't mess with. And I think that we deserve our own freaking style of pizza. So that is thin crust all the way around. We put sauce all the way to the edge, and then we fold that crust over so there's sauce underneath the crust. Whenever we take it out of the oven and it bakes, it looks like a Pac-Man mouth, like just open and closed. There's sauce underneath it. The way that was created, my dad came in. I'm sorry, I talk a lot.
No, this is amazing.
Okay, so
you were telling me this pizza doesn't get made anywhere else?
No. So I have two steps to this. My dad comes in the day before we open. We were going to open as a New York slice shop.
Mm-hmm.
His arms are tired. I know his arms are tired. We were going to be a New York slice shop. And then my dad came in and he folded the crust over. He goes, throw me out a pie. I put sauce on it. He folded the crust over. And I go, what are you doing? He goes, I don't know yet, but I've been dreaming about this pizza for 40 years. So he puts it in the oven. We take it out. We say, let's put garlic butter on it. And we create this crust. And now it is a mimicry of other pizza places, but I think we perfected it. And these pizza places are in DFW area, Mama's Pizza, St. Giuseppe's, all these other places that have been around. So Texas style pizza is what I'm trying to put on the map. And I think we're pretty close to doing it. And I'm waiting for the day that somebody copies us. I want to get copied so bad.
I think it's going to happen.
Dude, I'm ready. Smash burger and pizza.
You know, that's crazy. I've never even heard of somebody doing that. So I think you're onto something. You just got to nail it.
That was the second thing. Tony Gimignani, 13-time world pizza champion. Okay. He runs the U.S. pizza team. I don't know if you knew that. We have a U.S. pizza team.
No.
It's the best pizza makers in the world. We're at a happy hour in Las Vegas. And I see Tony Gimignani. Beautiful wife, beautiful dude, beautiful family. Like he walks in and you're like, that's Tony.
Yeah.
I walk up to him super confident and I go, Tony, like, nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. Can I show you my pizza? Have you ever seen this crust before? And this is the 13-time world pizza champion. And he looks at me and he goes, no, I've never seen that before. And I go, so is it mine? And he goes, I guess. And I was like, all right, cool, we're in.
That's big time.
So screw a trademark. Just Tony Gimignani said yes.
That's big time, man. That's fun, man. That's cool. Y'all are an interesting story, man. I'm rooting for y'all for sure, man.
We are rooting for you, dude. This show's cool.
I appreciate it.
You do good, dude. The way that you bring it out, you're doing like that's cool.
Thank you so much, man. Well, this has been the wildest pod I've been on, at least. This is a business pod, restaurant pod, and we got kicked out twice. We've got people walking in here. Rudy's holding up the iPhone, but hey, we're grinding. We're wrapping up the TRA 2025 show. This is the way I wanted to wrap it up. This is the way we should wrap it up. You want to know why? Because I just recently discovered these two kids. Have you seen these two kids on Instagram that are cooking hot dogs?
No, I want them.
Okay, you need to look up these two kids. I don't know what they're called. I just followed. Anyways, look at it's like chili dog or something. I don't know what they are. Look them up. They're two kids and they opened up a hot dog stand.
Heck yeah.
I don't know. I'm not comparing you to the two kids, but when I saw that, I was like, man, that's the dream. Well, honestly, this is coming from a restaurateur, man. And so let me tell you, the restaurant game is not easy. These guys are living it and they're unapologetic about it. I believe in their foundation, even though it's wow, it's like a shotgun, dude. It's awesome though. It's cool. But you're onto some stuff, man, and you're crushing the social media game. I think y'all are going to do really good. And I want to just tell you, man, don't undermine the fact that you're living the dream, because when you do figure it out and really get that second location, it's going to be so rewarding. And I know your daughter's going to look at you and go, "That's my dad."
Dude, that's it. That's the dream right there. That's
Appreciate
the dream.
you. Yeah,
His family
for sure,
being
man.
proud. Heck
Hell
yeah.
yeah. Appreciate
Thank you.
man.
This
Thanks
was
again,
great,
dude.
bud. This was
Awesome.
so good.
I'm good. I'm glad, man. I'm glad. We got kicked out twice. See ya. Welcome to the Life Currency Podcast. I'm your host, Bob Lozano, a show that explores success, growth, and opportunity in the restaurant industry. A restaurant podcast by restaurant people, powered by F&P Media.